Hey guys, welcome to the Traditional Bow Hunting and Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkovic, and today we're going to talk about GPSs and why you need one. And it's not for navigation. If you think you need a GPS is just to navigate and find your way in and out of spots, you're completely wrong. It is a super valuable tool, a lot of great functions, and a lot of great things we can use it for, even if you're totally against using one for navigation purposes. So we're going to break it down. I'm going to explain it and show you some differences here and explain why you need one. Then I'm going to recommend a couple of these, tell you some differences between them. But first off, as far as why a GPS is important, there's so many more valuable things other than navigation. Honestly speaking, I can't tell you the last time I used a GPS for navigation, yet I consider it one of my most valuable tools that I have. So there's tremendous assets to these for us as hunting. And then there's also some nice features. Even if you have one, there's some other things you can use it for, such as car navigation. You can use it to calculate your speeds on your mountain bikes and hiking distances and things like that. And yes, I know there's apps on your phone that can do that too. There's great geocaching features in them. So there's a lot of advantages to outside of what we do. But for what we do, these are a super valuable tool. Every single person should have one. And there are reasons for that. And I've said them before if you listen to my podcast. I've talked about them in depth before. Today we're going to do a video on them and break them down. First off, these will let you take the same route in and out to your stands. Okay, that's huge. The days of bright eyes and running a trail of bright eyes for, when you used to hunt them, if you're hunting 50 yards in the woods, that's one thing. You can run 10, 12 bright eyes to get you out of there, whatever you need to do. And then still coming in, you're not going to be on the same exact path because you're not going to see them during daylight, whatever the case is, but you're pretty close. Well, when you start hunting stands where you're a long way in, you start getting in there, quarter mile, half mile, mile in, mile and a half in, that sort of stuff. You need one of these, not so much again for navigation, but so that you walk the same route in and out. Okay, that's important because then you're going to leave just one scent trail throughout the whole process. It's not like you're going to be going through here on your way in, and on your way out you're going to zigzag over here, and then on the next way in you're going to go this way a little bit. And next thing you know, before you know it, you've got like 4 or 6 or 8 scent trails that are, instead of covering one little small trail or say a 5 or 8 yard area all the way in, your scent is now dispersed over a 100-yard area because you keep taking different routes. These GPSs, they have a breadcrumb trail feature, a track log as it's called. I call it breadcrumbs, but it's actually a track log. A lot of GPSs have it. These are not the only two out there. These are my favorite. They are not the only two out there. But that track log is a blue line, which I'd turn these on and show you, but with the camera, I don't think you'd see them on the screen here. With the lighting, I'm not sure, but you'll see a line everywhere you walk. So you turn that on when you're at your truck and you walk into your stand. Whether you've been to this stand before, it's when you preset, it's a blind spot, you're walking in, scouting, and then going to set up wherever you find a sign at, doesn't matter. But when you're heading into that stand and you find that spot and hunt it, if you decide you want to come back in the morning or next time you come in, you can walk that same exact route and not blow the area out. Maybe you made it into that stand blind and you went in there in a morning or an afternoon hunt, either way. You went in and you set up and you hunted and you realized, I need to be 50 yards over or 80 yards over. Being able to come out the exact same way you came in and then come in the next day the exact same way means that you're not destroying that area with a lot of scent. You have one simple scent trail, and this shows you how to find that and walk it the same way each time. So super valuable for that aspect right there alone. What else is nice about them is they work where phones don't. I know everybody thinks their cell phone works everywhere, and it might. There are places in Kansas I hunt, I don't get any cell service whatsoever. There's places in Missouri I don't get cell service, and most of the places I hunt up here in the big woods in northern Michigan, I don't get cell service. So these things become super valuable there. There are apps on your phone that will let you work when when you through the GPS in your phone. I've tried them. Backcountry Navigator, it's a good one. I recommend it. There's other ones, Hunt on X, and all this kind of stuff, and they're not bad. This simple, easy, everything in one unit, and like I said, it never fails me. I don't have to worry about messing with stuff. I can keep a ton of waypoints, and it gives me my track log. So it is a win-win on every level for that kind of thing. So and they're not expensive, especially when you find sale prices, things like that. They're not expensive. So, but they're worth it. Now, not only do they, and then if you go on a bear hunt or something like that, or you start hunting out west where you're getting into these valleys, your phone is not going to work there. or it is not going to work with the precision. I can't tell you how many times that I had this and I would leave it in my pack and I would just use like what 3 words on my phone. I would head into a spot, and as I get halfway there, all of a sudden my service goes down to like 3G. It's taking forever for this thing to load right. I can't get the actual bearings, and the sun's starting to come up, and it's starting to get bright daylight, and I'm fighting trying to find where that stand is or where that tree is. It's a pain in the butt. These don't have any of those issues. They work phenomenal. Like I said, you go into northern Canada or up in Canada for a bear hunt, you might as well forget trying to use your phone for anything. This is going to be it. Now, besides getting you in and out, there's some other major factors to it. When you're out there scouting, obviously you can lock in waypoints. They're quick, simple. Boom, hold the button, you got a waypoint set. You don't even got to name it, nothing. It's just done automatically for you. It's set and finished, and you can go back and rename it if you want to. I locked waypoints, 30, 40, 50 waypoints a year. At the end of the year, I go back through, look at what they are, delete them if they were blood trail waypoints or something that I don't need, and if there's an important stand site, I change the name of them so that I have them in there. So there gives you a lot of advantages. Now, they're also the key thing, the reason that I think everybody should have this. It is the ultimate blood trailing tool. When you have an animal down, you turn this on immediately once you make that shot. And you use this while you're blood trailing. And again, it's all about the blue line that's on there. It's going to show you the blue line. That blue line is going to show you directions. It's going to show you the habits of his pattern and where he's going. You're going to be able to look at the whole big picture of where he's taken you so far. And when you lose him and you can't find him or blood runs out and you need to resort to a grid search, you'll have all this data right there. But then when you start your grid search, the blue line that you have on there, that track log, will show you everywhere you work. So if you have, say you want to hit a whole area here and you want to blood trail that area and you're going to start grid searching that area like this, you go across there that way and you go, I never found them. With this, you can look at it and you can see all of your lines everywhere you walked on there. And you can say, you know what, I didn't check this spot. See how big that little spot is right there without any blue on it? He might be in there. Then you can head straight over that area and check that spot. If it didn't work, you can then extend your search all the way whatever the perimeters are around it, make it bigger, but you know every single place you put your foot down because this shows it to you. It's almost impossible to fail at a grid search with this if you use it the right way. So it is a huge advantage. That is the number one reason that I think everybody should have one, hands down, for sure. And it's really easy to download your maps on this, especially with the Garmin ones, because you have Garmin Basecamp. It's a program designed by Garmin, and usually when you buy these, you get a year subscription to Birdseye, which is only like 25 or 27 bucks or something for that subscription anyway. But you get that subscription to Birdseye imagery, so you can very easily on your computer download aerial photographs from Garmin for your entire areas or all the areas you hunt. Like each one of these things they've got all of my spots in Michigan. They got everything from Missouri, Kansas, Ohio, Alabama. They got it all inside of there already. All the areas I hunt have got satellite imagery everywhere, just like you have on your phone. So I can use the base maps that are in it if I want to. I can download topo maps, which I also have in these. I have topos that I downloaded through Garmin that are set up for the places that have hill country stuff, like Missouri and Kansas and Ohio. I have those topo maps there. I have the aerial imagery in there. I have all that stuff in there, so it makes it really sweet and simple. And you can do all that right through Garmin Basecamp, and the Basecamp program is free, and it's really nice. You can put your waypoints in there, plot things. You can do a ton of things in Garmin Basecamp. So that's a huge feature right there. Now, another nice thing about them is that these are just super simple to use. The apps are not bad. I don't have time to learn the apps that well, okay? Like the Backcountry Navigator, yes, you can do this, yes, you can do that. You can download the maps and use them offline, and you can do all this. It's a headache to learn when I already have it all set up right here. This is sweet and simple and easy, and it's right there, and I'm going to have it with me anyway because I need it as a blood trailing tool, and I also need it as an entry and exit route for some of these stands. So I already have to have it anyway. And I'm probably going to have it on just for those purposes, so why not just use it? So that way I don't have to mess with anything. I don't have any of the apps on my phone anymore. I just don't. They're good and they work okay. I'm not arguing with them, but this is way better because of the benefits you get of this with the track log. Another nice thing about them too is it's real easy to share locations through this too. You can take this one here being Bluetooth, you can take this with anybody else that has one. It's just simple transfer where you can send them whatever waypoint you want. It's, just send it right to them. With these, it's real easy too because you can also put them right on Basecamp and then plug his GPS into Basecamp and transfer them over to him or email them to him. Or you can do all these different things and make it real easy to give. So if your friend's coming up to hunt in your area and you want to give him a couple of stand sites, it's super simple to transfer him those so he has them right on his GPS and he knows how to get there. You can even, I believe, do that with track logs so you can show him easy ways in and out or the correct way in and out. So there's a lot of advantages to having a GPS besides navigation. Also, another big feature to it, whether you're blood trailing or if you're hunting blind. These are the two I find that I use this the most. But like, for example, if I'm blood trailing, and this animal takes me on a half-mile trip or whatever the case is, and then I find him. When I find him, I may not want to go back out the same way I came in. I can pull this up, I can look at it even if I have no cell service, and I can look at what's around me and say, hey, there's a two-track right there, or a power line, or a motorcycle trail right here that's only 400 yards this way versus going, 800 yards back. And so then I will just take him to that trail and then I'll come back and I can get my truck or something and come in there and pick him up. But it's a lot easier way to get out of there. So I find that stuff a lot too. Same with going in blind. I may hike and hike and hike and it could be 2.5 miles in. By the time I get there set up and hunt, first thing I do is I'm looking on there going, okay, what's the easiest way for me to get out of here? And so I may, instead of having to go 2 miles back, only have to go a half a mile in a different direction to hit a way out that's going to be simpler for me. And that way I have it for the next time I come in. So tremendous advantages to having a GPS with you. And the biggest one being they work everywhere all the time flawlessly. If you just hunt your own 40 acres, you may not need it for that, but you will probably need it for blood trailing. So it's a win-win all the way around to have one. Now, as far as models, these two models right here are my absolute favorites. Both of them they're very similar. There's a couple advantages to this one over this one, but they're both incredible. The Etrex 20, it does have the color maps. Both of these are basically expandable, so you can put a micro SD card in there and you can fit all the maps that you want to put in bird's eye imagery. You can fit everything on there. So that's a major advantage to them. I'll break them down a little bit here for you. This Etrex 20, what the advantages here are is the main thing, you're getting 25-hour battery life with this one. That's huge. And these both will run on lithium-ion batteries, AA lithium-ion batteries, which is big if you hunt in cold climates where, like up here where I am, if I were to run alkalines in this in the middle of December, they're going to last like 10 minutes because the batteries go bad. But I can put lithium batteries in here and I can run it. I'll get a whole winter, almost a whole season out of it without a problem. So 25-hour battery life for this is huge. It is pretty lightweight, 50 ounces, 5 ounces, not very heavy. And it has a, what is it I want to say on there? 1.7 gig internal memory on here, but like I said, that's irrelevant because it is expandable with a micro SD card, so you can fit a ton of stuff on here. And it'll store 2,000 waypoints. The screen on this, 2.2 inches. So very functional, very easy to navigate with that joystick that's on there to move things around and go all over and stuff. It works very well. And as you can see, very compact, small, and simple and easy. Again, waterproof and shockproof and all that kind of stuff too, just like you would expect. Works like a champ. Love this one, great one. Now, this one, why did I get this one? This one does work phenomenal, and I do use it quite often. I've been using it for a few years, and I love it. Incredible, incredible unit. That was the Garmin Etrex 20. Now, this Garmin 64S, I've wanted one of these for a while, mainly because of this. This antenna on here gives me really good reception, and again, where I'm at here in northern Michigan and where I'm at up in Canada a lot of the times, this works, but sometimes it takes an awful long time, or once in a while you will search for reception if you're in some of the nastiest cedar swamps and horrible places. The reception on this one is much better because of that external antenna. So this one, it goes faster and it stays updated quicker, and it works in places that this one doesn't. So that's one of the advantages to it. Will I carry this one all the time? No, this one works great too. I mean, it's just a either or kind of thing. Another nice feature of this one is it does have a compass and altimeter in there, and it's a 3-axis. So this has a compass on it too, sort of per se, but you have to be moving for it to show you direction. This one will give you the direction on 3 axes when you're standing still so you can get your bearings. That is definitely nice, especially if you're trying to come into a spot, whether it's last blood or whatever the case is, and as you're walking to it, it's telling you to go this way and you start walking that way, and then it's telling you to go, you get confused on what's going on. Sometimes it's easier to be able to just I usually pull my compass out and go, okay, it's telling me that it's on the map, I can see it, it's 30 yards northwest, I just look at my compass, go northwest, is that way okay, and I start walking. So this one not bad. This one you don't have to do that as much. It kind of keeps you on track a little better with that compass is built into it. 16-hour battery life versus 25-hour battery life. Does it matter? You're still talking you'll almost get a season out of it, maybe, but they're AA batteries, lithium-ion ones, they're not expensive. So I don't really consider that a major trade-off. They're both pretty good for their advantages they have. You do get a bigger screen at 2.6 with this one. It is 3 ounces heavier. Instead of 5 ounces, this is 8 ounces. And you do have a bigger 4 gig internal memory. Again, irrelevant because you have the SD card, micro SD that you can put in there and expand it out. This one does store 5,000 waypoints. So if you're one of those people that your cell phone has, when somebody calls, they go, your voicemail, or the person you're calling, your voicemail box is full. If you're one of those kind of guys and you never clear anything out or clean it, this one might be the way because you're getting, 2.5 times more waypoints with it. But, and with this one, you can share waypoints wirelessly, which is really a nice feature if you got buddies that hunt with you. But other than that, real simple, same kind of concept, simple joystick navigation, simple roll joystick right here with a thumb pad, but it's joystick. Both of them are absolutely phenomenal. Cannot, say any bad thing about them, but you have to have one of these. You need one when you're in the woods for all the reasons we mentioned. I will put a link down below to these. I am an affiliate for Amazon. Amazon has great prices on them, but I will put these on there for you so you can see them, check out the specs, and if you want to purchase it from there, you can do it right directly through that link as well too. But doesn't matter what version, what one it is. Again, I'm real partial to Garmin because of Basecamp and because of the technology that's in them. It's my favorite ones, but there are others out there, and there are cheaper ones. They got the Etrex 10. You don't get many options with that. You can't load any maps on it. I think it's worth spending the money to go to the Etrex 20. I don't really think it's worth it to go up to like an Etrex 30 or anything like that. They got some new touchscreen ones out yet. I'm not a fan of the touchscreen ones. Myself personally, these work phenomenal, and I can't justify spending the extra money for a touchscreen when I got a perfectly good joystick that does everything I want right there. But it's real simple. It's all right here and easy. Even this one, joystick's right there on the top, but as you want the other buttons, they're right by where your fingers are. It's super simple to navigate with these and use them to navigate the menus and work around them. So, and they got a lot of great built-in features with them. So, but you understand here, the key is that they're not for navigation for us. You're not going to be considered a wimp for having a GPS. It's not like you're using it to navigate or because you can't use a compass and a map. The value of these tools are what I explained earlier, and they're tremendous, and you should have one. So thanks for watching. I'll be back with more stuff soon. We'll talk to you later. Bye.